But I want to tell you a story which is a little crazy right now, and it's real. Like, the shit is real. So for me, I am living my life in a way where I'm keeping a very low overhead. I'm keeping things very close to my chest. I'm purging everything I do not need, keeping the essentials, and I have a whole plan on how I'm going to do it and the items I'm going to acquire. I've set away a certain amount of money because I just think the only thing we're going to have is like live performances. Yeah, you're going to still make content and stuff, but it's like, as much as you think you get censored on in social media, people are getting censored in Hollywood. Like, you can't. Tim Allen says certain things, they don't fucking cast him. It's crazy. So it's like, everyone's got to be able to play in the sandbox, and the sandbox is getting more narrow. The ability to say what I want to say to you, the ability for you to either like it or not like it, is my whole life at the moment, my whole creative life. You know, or until I get a movie going I want. You know, or unless there's like a mainstream part and I got to fight for it and I would really like go, I got to be in this, you know. But movies are killing it right now, so people definitely want to escape. Maybe it's just me because I don't give a fuck about escapism right now. So I'm going to read you a little article. I'm going to talk about it because this is what I think is really going on. And it's been talked about in the under circles for a while and no one wants to accept it. And I think it's fucking happening, and it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna share it with you. This is an article from BBC, and it says China COVID app restricts residents after banking protest. So basically, China has an app on your phone. They're requiring it. Multiple people say that they're being forced to quarantine, blocked from public transit, or enter buildings. So they have an app on their phone, and the powers that be in China are deciding whether you're negative or not, that you came in contact with somebody that had COVID. COVID. Like, basically, China banks froze 39 billion yuan, which is $6 billion. And it affected hundreds of thousands of customers. In many Chinese cities, residents use a health code app to enter buildings, shops, use public transport, or leave the city. Users must scan a QR code and show a color-coded health status on their phone before entering. Do you understand what this is? I just love that I'm having to tell you this. You heard about it from everyone. Okay. Oh, that's over there. Well, so was the Wuhan. And the Wuhan took a fucking plane over here and landed in your fucking soup. So you don't think this is going to fucking happen? If the status turns red and indicates that the person has tested positive for COVID or is suspected to have COVID, they must be quarantined for 14 days immediately. 14 days. We're like at 5 or 3. Fuck. On Tuesday, some residents found their status had turned red when they tried to enter a train station. It is not known how many have been affected, but Chinese reports indicate that the issue has occurred in several towns and villages. Customers of the 4 banks who have traveled from 4 provinces have also encountered the same issue. One bank customer said that her status was red even though she had never been in contact with a confirmed case, and her most recent test showed she was negative. She added that she was visited by health officials who asked her to stay home and refused to explain why her status is telling. So you understand that? She was at her house. The COVID cops came and said, stay home. And she's like, I'm not sick. And they go, your phone says this. And she's like, it's malfunctions. They're like, stay here. This is from BBC. All right. This ain't from fucking waffleconspiracy.net. Okay. I think BBC is just like anything else. I don't think it's any better than waffleconspiracy.net. But you people out there who think you're so smart. So I'm reading something from the BBC, the Big Black Cock Network. Okay. The big, beautiful cock. Why does it have to be black? That's cockist. That's a joke. Everyone's a joke. These are jokes. So this one guy went, said he wasn't red. They said his phone made it red. His health status turned red. So now he went back, and when the COVID cops went to his house, they said, your whole family has to stay in here for 2 weeks. Whole family. The story is, you got to get an app. They test you if you want to do a lot of shit in China. If the app for some reason says you have COVID, you got to go home. You can't leave for 14 days. You try to get your money out of the bank. Meanwhile, this bank is fucking freezing $6 billion worth of people's money and they're doing some fucking shady dealings. So people are like, not only am I not sick, I want to get my money on the bank. And they're like, you wait here and lock down while we look at your money. And they're fucking heisting it. That's the basic morals of the story. Okay. I mean, I don't know what happened in 1929 when my parents were born, and that's why I have certain issues, because like they were Depression era babies. People did a run on the banks. Now, I don't know if people just left their money for 5 years, that the money would have came back. I have no fucking idea. I'm assuming since everything's on a server somewhere, they can't just take our money. But maybe they can, right? I don't fucking know. And if they do, then it's a wrap. And then we'll just either fucking fight back again, or, we'll just all have to fucking fight and figure it out, right? Hopefully we'll band together. Now, the average person is probably thinking, what are you talking about? Why are you thinking like this? Well, because this is what's really going on. This is happening. And again, like, this is not going to get me any guest spots on fucking a TBS sitcom, but that's okay. Because I'm not in that place in my head right now. I'm in the real shit. And that's crazy. Now you're going to say, oh, this is a communist country. Yes. But this goes so deep. This is what's going on, right? Things started in China that have come here. Many different things. And basically, in a nutshell, I mean, we are looking at dystopia, and it's fucking fascinating. I think the first thing you have to do is have an outlook that crazy shit can happen. Cognitive dissonance is a word that I love, that we got to keep talking about, because people just have it. Like their mind is. Now, people say, I have such an open mind, I'm gullible. That is true. There are times where I'll look at somebody and I know they're a bad person, but I'm like, but there's a glimmer of hope, because what they tell me, I want to believe that, because I look at the good in people. And a lot of success I've had is because I've had an open mind, and a lot of the failures I've had is because that same open mind. But I'd rather have a belief of something positive happening than a scared of never trying anything negatively. So I'd rather loved and have lost than never loved at all. And that is what's going on right now. Like, what are you willing to look at? And I'm just telling you, this shit is wild. But we all talk about it. We all say it's coming. And this shit is wild. To me, the truth is everything. Or what you believe the truth is. And too many times we make the mistake of wanting to be liked as opposed to wanting to enlighten. And I just think that's where I'm at right now in my life, in my career, in my belief system. I think that time is precious. Getting in the weird times again. People are going back to old habits. It's like, who gives a fuck about dumb shit? Everything is always going to be there. It's always going to be this weird distraction. Like, all this shit that Johnny Depp Amber Heard, I didn't watch 1 second of it. Did I think it was funny when I saw clips? Of course I did. I almost think it was a CIA operation. It was just too much like, why is this so big when all these other things are going on? Like, I straight up. And people bought it, hook, line, and sinker. And then, like, the biggest thing with that whole thing is just like, that was televised like a motherfucker. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial wasn't. And people go, well, they can't televise a federal case. Yeah, because they said they can't. That's it. Because they said they can't. You understand? Well, because they said they can't. You can say, well, the law said. No, because they said they can't. So once you have such a high profile, insane case like that and no coverage, media blackout, but yet Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are in a civil lawsuit, which is very important because it's for reputation, especially someone who's an icon like him. And, she's, a big face of the women's movement. But was that more important than Ghislaine? That's what was talked about. So you just have to ask yourself that. It's just the same shit with these people going, well, the engineer at Google, they're discrediting him left and right, calling him a little bit of a weirdo, super Christian, all this stuff. He broken home. Yeah, the minute the guy leaked the information, Google fucking put him on administrative leave. That's a red flag. Fucking news sources that are supposed to be credible are saying, yeah, Google's saying that there's no credit to it. That's fucking everything you need to know. That's what it is. Because why? Google has everything to lose. What does this guy have to lose? His job, his reputation, his livelihood, his career, everything. Why would he blow the whistle? Because he's nuts? Maybe. Because he's got a checkered past? Maybe. Or maybe he's actually doing his fellow humans a fucking solid and going, yo, it's happening. Be fucking ready. But that's what I'm saying. All like the bloggers and the hipsters, and I keep saying liberals, and I know conservative articles were saying this is crazy. So again, I'm blaming more liberals on this one. They're just like, oh, he's crazy. He flipped a switch. And I'm like, you're aiding and abetting the band that you fucking occupy Wall Street and sit down for, but yet you're helping them. That's why I don't understand why people do that. Because they're not emotionally aware. So you just have to consider the source. I know this pile is all over the place, but it was one through line. And the through line is, we are in a time where we must shout the loudest we can and beware of those who do. Pushback is very important right now. Pushback. And anyone that tries to suppress us, they're part of the problem. And anyone that says, oh, disinformation. Yes, there's disinformation on the internet. But there's also a lot of real information. Why don't they say real information, right? Like, they never say, that's why I think all this is bullshit. They always say disinformation. Did they ever say real information? There's a lot of real fucking information on the internet. People share, okay? They're not all fucking Russian fucking bots. Sorry. I haven't really done many ads for people, and I only want to talk about things that I care about and I use. I believe that we should only talk about things that fit within our wheelhouse, and I want to talk to you about this new app that my buddy Dane started. Dane has a great YouTube channel called Being Scared. He loves horror. He also did one of these amazing, he was one of the first people, if not the first, that took people to Stu Macher's house and he had a party. I think he had sleepovers there. It was like a whole special interactive Scream thing. And as you can see, because of my history with Scream and horror movies and my character, and behind me, this great poster, he wanted me to talk to you about his new app, and it's fucking awesome. Okay, the app is called Chilling. So you can go to the App Store and just download it for free. It's Chilling. And what it is, it's horror content. That's all it is. But it's right now starting simple with like late night scary stories. Like a good scary story when I was a kid, still to this day will resonate. But like, before you go into bed, somebody reading you or telling you a scary story, it's with all of us, right? It's a fucking part of our zeitgeist. Well, he's done it. He's put it in the app. His stories, videos, professional narrators. He's got hours and hours, and every week he uploads new hours. It's $2.99 a month. But if you are a horror consumer or a horror purveyor like he is and like I am, it's very cool. And some of the stories are real and some of them are fiction, or some of them are in that line of, are they real or are they fiction? And I know how wild and voracious the horror community is, and I know how people love good horror content. Well, this is A+ content. This is what this guy does. So go to the App Store. I think it's possibly on the Android store too, but just download the Chilling app. It's free. Browse around, check it out. It's a free trial run, and then after like a week, if you like it, it's $2.99 a month. And, you can cancel anytime. It's new, but it's very cool. Check it out. Anyway, this is a mumbling solo. Like, subscribe,